Can you see them on there? Okay. So, okay. You did. So this afternoon, what we're going to have is a public hearing for an additional appropriation. So at this time, if anybody in the audience has any questions or has anything to say, feel free to say that.
So, all right. So, what's the appropriation? I understand it's around $500,000. And how are you going to make up, replenish your savings account after this? And is this something that you anticipate going to happen more and more frequently?
First of all, I hope that it doesn't happen more and more frequently. When the budget is constructed, it's done about a year and a half in advance. Mm-hmm. So there are some things that we've looked at already, things that we can probably reduce moving forward so that we won't have that. Enrollment fluctuates at Crothersville. We go up and down. Last year was a bigger year. This year our enrollment's down. So we're always looking at different ways to increase our enrollment, which helps with that education fund. That's the fund that we're asking for the additional appropriation in. And it's less than $500,000. It's like we're going to ask for about 250 million. But no, not million, sorry. 250,000. That's a lot of money. So again, we just got to look, and I think this is with budgets everywhere. You talked about the redevelopment commission earlier. There's just things as we move forward that we're going to have to look at probably with different eyes. So a lot of our education funding comes from our basic grant, which is what the state gives us, and enrollment is based on that. So that's one thing we've got to look at differently. Another thing that we've noticed, we had, we went from 18 to 31 people taking medical insurance who works for us. So that's a huge increase that we didn't see a year and a half ago.
So are you willing to transfer the funds from education to operations or operations to education?
We have a cash balance in the education fund. Mm-hmm. So that's where it is. So that's where we'll be taking the money from. So we already we can only transfer up to 15%.
Right.
To operations. That will still continue. Someday I'm hoping that we won't have to do that much.
So is this in addition to the 15%, or is it part of the 15%?
It's in addition to.
And state doesn't get all bent out.
It's not in addition to.
It's the cash balance. It's already in that.
It's
fund.
already in that.
We won't
fund.
be transferring money. It's already sitting in that fund.
So what we have is, sorry, I misspoke. We have so much money basically that I've said, okay, we're going to spend this much money out of education fund for this, this, and this. My budget was off based on some things. So we already have that money. I don't want to say it's really savings. It's not. That's just a scenario. Mm-hmm. So then we'll be able to take some of that cash balance that we already have, and we're just asking for just an example. Let's say, and this is not an accurate example, let's say that I've put $100,000 in curriculum funds, then that might actually go up to 120. But it's already there. We're just asking for that amount to be increased. Any other comments? I can't see anything on Facebook or anything. So, board members, do you have any comments or?
No, I didn't have any additional comments.
All right. Well, Shell, I appreciate the time that you took to come in here and at least ask questions. So
that's another question. How come we don't have? I mean, this is a very inconvenient time, right? 3 PM for people who are at work.
That was not intentionally. We have a lot of ball games going on this evening, and we have board members that are participating in that. So we moved it up a little bit. just so that some of these, we have two coaches that can get to practice and things like that. It wasn't meant to exclude anybody in any way. It was just, and plus this is for kids and parents. This is the day before Thanksgiving break, so, you know, a lot of people leave a little bit later in the evening to travel or tomorrow, so. But typically we try to do things a little bit later.
No. Having said either one, just,
I mean, we could have done it at 8 in the morning, but I think that's even harder for our board members to get here. And in the middle of basketball season, we have tons going on, so. All right. If that's all we have, public hearing wise, then I will thank you for all being here. Happy Thanksgiving. And then the next board meeting will be December 8th, 6 o'clock, same place. All right.